Good evening, everybody. This is Matt, the voice for the Divine Masculine, here at the Divine Love Crystal Grid. I got it right this time. Sorry about that last time, but the crystal ship sounded pretty good too. I just wanted to take some time to introduce myself and let you know kind of a little bit about my journey through spirituality and into this twin flame relationship, which for me has not manifested in any physical yet, or well, I'll get into that a little bit later. But first off, yeah, so I'd like to just introduce myself. Here I am. If you look at this picture, this is me. I had a very good friend of mine draw this for me, a roommate of mine, and here I go again. The talking just, it looks like I'm better at writing than talking, and playing and singing music than speaking. But you know what? Here I am. If you can tell by the notes here, this is supposed to be a rainbow. It was never colored in. This is the drawing. This is a musical clef here. And then we have a cross here that she put in the middle. But if you were to flip this upside down, it is indeed a sword. And if you were to look at the notes that she placed on the scale, on the staff rather, that's called, which is like the rainbow, it says my name. It took me a few seconds when I had first seen the picture to recognize that. But then it popped right in front of me and I see M-A-T-T, and there's a little dove there, which is, I think of as spirit. So to me, this is a picture I treasure very dearly, and I feel that it holds some meaning to me as far as my future, that it almost represents me and a future wife, a future, twin flame, soulmate, whatever we'd like to call that other one. And then I got some kids, running around, and then I always have the spirit with me. And to me, it's significant that I'm to use music as a part of my journey to be a warrior for peace, for love, for the power of love. And Huey Lewis comes to mind now, and I want to sing that and watch Back to the Future. So I'm really just kind of your regular guy, but I write a lot of poems and music, and I believe I may have been George Washington in a prior past life. I really won't get into that stuff right now. What I really just want to kind of do is let you know a little bit about the journey that I got here. I was raised in a Catholic family from a very young age, and so I had spirituality instilled in me. But it wasn't until about maybe 2008, 2009 that I really figured out that, I had the ability to find my own way. And so I began becoming more aware, I guess, of the spirit, and I was hearing messages in music and in the lyrics, and this was really just spirit speaking directly to me. It was kind of mind-blowing. This is when synchronicities really started happening for me around, around like 2011 or so, which is kind of around like 2011, 211. It was kind of a forecast. And I'll have to tell you another time a story about how 1111 appeared back in the year 2000, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I knew there was something to it, but I'll get into that story another time. So to continue on here, let's see. Where was I? So 2011, we had an increase in synchronicities in my life. Looking at receipts that I get from the store, and it would mean something. Like spirit and the universe was just like talking to me so directly in the face that it was like almost scary, almost borderline. Like, am I going crazy? I have no idea what's happening. But it was really at the same time a great, great feeling as I look back on it, and it was a time in my life of great development. So I moved a couple times and had some spiritual experiences, and then it was around 2013 that I began to really dive into further spirituality, and just really get connected. And I just can't really describe. I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm saying, and I just feel very blessed to have had many of the opportunities that I've had. I still played the piano and organ at churches while I studied for a degree online in music production. So I express myself and my spirituality through music, and I became aware of the TwinFlame identity, I guess you could say, this past summer. Now, I'm originally from Massachusetts, and I can pull out my full Boston accent if you really want me to, and drop the F-bomb every once in a while, but I won't do that because this is a family show. So, but I can do that, drop my R's, and, you know, say that I like to listen to the records and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I find it come naturally, but other times, I like to also speak in a British accent sometimes. But I'm not as good as I'm not quite as good as Nicole. But I love how the British say literally. It's just so excellent and so intelligent. And I swear I lived a life in Britain. Actually, I did. I did a past life regression, and I was literally the Lord Mayor of London in the mid 1800s, and vividly through a past life regression, I was given the name David Henry Stone, and that blew me away. And but yeah, once again, I think that's why I really love British music. Plus, it's just, no offense, Americans, but like it's just, yeah. I shouldn't pass any judgments here at this time. So I'm really just letting you into me so that you can you can have a better understanding of me. I'm going to get into reading some of this and everything like that. But let me continue further along with my explanation of finding out about this twin flame journey and how I resonated with that. Now, it was, I live in Florida, and I had moved down here back in September of 2015 to go for school, for university, okay? And and first off, thank you for coming in and spending some time with me. I really appreciate that. It's nice to have y'all here. So I came down to Florida from Massachusetts. I drove down here. It took me like two days. There's a lot you can do if you just stay awake for yeah, you get my drift. But amazing sunsets I saw along the way. Man, I could do a whole video. I'll have to do a whole video sometime on that. But staying on track here. So let's see. It was a great to, after moving down on September 2015, to take a trip back home to Massachusetts in April of 2016. That's when my birthday is, April 10th, so I am an Aries fire sign. I embrace it. That's for sure. And I felt at that time I needed closure when I had gone home to Massachusetts. I was very homesick, and when I returned back to Orlando, is where I was living at the time. I literally had lost my identity. I remember standing in a doorway in my apartment, just sort of with this blank stare, like, who am I? I have no idea who I am. It's like I had shed a lot in that trip back home, and like I said, there was that closure there. So I had to continue a deeper search of figuring out exactly, well, who am I now? And it was all meant to be that way. Like I said, I had developed spirituality and everything like that, and had many, many, many nights and days on top of the mountain, and had really changed my life. I'll disclose, I drink a lot. I used to smoke. I quit smoking on my 30th birthday in April 10th of 2011, and haven't smoked since. And I quit drinking in 2009 and haven't drank since. And, I'm only saying that because it's encouragement to anybody who needs to know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Because if I can do that, then anybody can, trust me. And I lost 120 pounds at the same time. So it just takes dedication and some, concentration and, effort to really want it. When you really, 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 really want something, you definitely will go get it. Sometimes it takes a little while to really know that you really want something, but once you truly realize that it's needed change in your life, whether it be whatever it is, you go after it. That's what I'll leave you with, and there's no limitations. We are powerful, divine beings who are living in this illusion, and we're full of energy, and that's what we are. So, with all that said, I, back in April of 2016, began a further development of looking into my spirituality, and the first stop I made was YouTube. I just happened to have this one YouTube video saved that was about the multidimensional self. I had no idea where it showed up from, but I went on my Apple TV, which is great for watching YouTube, and I was like, whoa, like, it kind of like blew my mind, this short video. And I can leave the link to the video in the comments here if I get a chance to take care of that. So from there, I guess Spirit led me. One of the next things that I was led to was and that noise out there, I swear, is a representation of my twin. And yeah, so I think they're trying to tell me, okay, Matt, speed it up here. So basically, long story, back to where we are now. I got into listening to channelings of Cryon, and a guy named Ivan Teller, and learning about extraterrestrials, and eventually this twin flame dynamic. And I really resonated with it and was very, very much interested in it. And So it got to the point where I actually feel that there is a particular person that is my twin, and I really can't disclose any information further than she is. She is sort of a public figure, and there were synchronicities abound that I truly felt we were both put here for a reason, and she was my twin, and it's kind of mind blowing because this person would not have any idea of who I am, and that's where it gets confusing. To be perfectly honest. So I'm still trying to figure that out, and I just take it one day at a time, and not try and force anything, but at the same time, when I can hear someone in my mind, and many times feel their presence with me, and a lot of times feel that things that I hear them say are directed really towards me, in a way like no other that I've heard before, anything like that. It's just like, how do I process this? So I guess that's the take that I'm having right now. I hope that helps anyone who's questioning, their divine masculine partnership, or even the divine masculine also having similar questions. It may be just how this works, and I don't think it's something that's just gonna pop us right in the face, because the main thing to remember that I've discovered is that it's this relationship isn't your standard physical relationship that is seen in the movies, and what we all expect, and what we dream of, and it's all on another dimension, that our higher selves are together and playing this play out, here down on Earth, which we planned to do prior to incarnating here. And we're old souls, anyone who resonates with being a twin flame with somebody who really can kind of grasp that concept, even the very slightest aspect of grasping that concept. I'm not saying I know everything that there is to know, because that would just be completely asinine for me to say. But I feel that I do have some wisdom developed over the years, and I'm happy to be able to share that. And the point is, if you feel that you do resonate with that twin flame partnership, remember that it's happening on an entirely other level. And so I think I've said enough about kind of that, and my journey to where I'm at now, and I'm at the start of a new beginning now, and I'd like to read some of these things that I wrote to show you how well, my place normally isn't this messy. I kind of just put this all out here to kind of remind myself that wow, I have written a lot over the years, and these, I've picked out a few that are, let's see, I wrote these probably back in the early, look, for this one, I'll just take this one for example. The point I'm going to make before I read a few of these is that they seem to be me and another self of mine, my twin, talking back and forth with one another, or my twin communicating with me, my higher self, channeling that twin through me, when I was 18, 19 years old, and had no idea exactly any of this. So to uncover all of this and read through them, which I will share more as time goes on, it's helping me remember, is the point, and that I can trust this journey, and that I can, this is real. I'm not insane, and it's almost like giving me more strength to say, all right, hey, you know what? You lost yourself kind of for a little while, for like 16 years, it felt, but it's like I'm coming back. So I'll just read a couple. So this was August 8th of 1999 at 3:25 a.m. So the past is history. The future ain't here. So don't let it get to me. I think I'm trying too hard, planning ahead to figure the whole thing out. But I know I'm wrong. Gripping to eternity, you know how much you mean to me, but I'm burning in the flames of the fire of the night. I'm trying desperately to stray away from the unexpectedly, but the memories come right back so easily. All too quick and sometimes painfully. And then you were gone. Now I'm left here with a glass half full. You never know the teeth you're gonna pull. And I take a step away, scared of where I'm going, but I know deep down inside I'm gonna love just who I am. So like I said, that was 1999, and that hits me now as and since we've been talking a lot about roses, I found this one here. Let's see. I'm searching for a rose, a sweetheart to hold, and she walks with a smile. I'm searching for a heart with good intentions, and we talk for a while. That's the girl I'm looking for. That's the girl that will walk through that door. That's the girl that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the laughter on the other line. When I try and make her happy, looking for that stare into her big blue eyes that I prayed 1,000 times for. That's the girl that I'm looking for. That's the girl that will give me much more. That's the girl I'm looking for. I know it's kind of sappy, kind of cheesy, but I was like 18. And I'll leave you with this one last one. And I know that this one was also, when I was younger. And I'm just going to read this one on my side here. And here we go. I am just simply amazed. All right, I'm going to start that again. That was not a great start here. I am just simply amazed. Breathtaking visions. This is life. How could anyone take this for granted? Feel the heat. Listen closely. We're all alive, intimately living in a paradise we don't see. Threatened by our inventions that destroy our souls, that how could anyone not see it doesn't matter how you worship? They are not brainwashing you. Look at the grass. Feel the rays of light coming from the energy source for our universe. It all flows together so freely without any questions. It's amazing, all there is around us. You may never feel like this again. Why play their games? Help them. Learn new ones. You can. Just do it. There's nothing stopping you. So yeah, I'm on this smelly sewer and my cigarette is fading, but it's alright. Put it all Underground, let today be courageous. Don't worry, just watch and wait. This, everything, all of us. Breathtaking, amazing. This is right. I finally feel right. So, yeah. This is bringing back a lot of memories, and man, I feel like there's one more that I need to read, and this is it. And then I promise I'll let you go. I don't have any food or snacks to offer. If I did, they'd be like all out as a banquet for y'all. Someday, I promise. So here's one. Then I'll leave you with this because yeah, it would take a long time to go through all these. But I think you get my point of how I it really does, when I read them, feel like I'm speaking with someone else or someone is speaking with me. And I'll just leave you with this one. There was a man who spoke 1,000 words and taught you how to live. There was a man who healed your broken heart and gave you all that he could give. There was a man who taught you how to love. He made a promise. As you were standing there, he felt your pain as he slowly glided his hand through your soft and gentle hair. But that is all the past now, and that man is gone. No longer there for you to run to. No longer melting in your arms. There was a man who gave you his life, and things now aren't what they seem. He took away your burdens and wiped away your tears. He showed you all his hopes and dreams. And I pray that you'll remember me as that sweet and hopeful man. Maybe someday we'll meet again, if it's part of God's plan. Okay, that's 30 minutes here, and thank you for coming, and I look forward to reading all of your comments, and thank you again, and once again, good night, good luck, and have a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.